Hello. Today in this video I will discuss carbon dioxide, a threat to biosphere. As you know, the carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere is very less in comparison to the other gases, and also at the same time carbon dioxide is an essential gas as it is used in the photosynthesis process. So it is strange to say carbon dioxide becoming a threat to the biosphere. Okay. So in this video we will discuss pollution, different type of pollutions. What is pollution? Air pollution, primary pollutant, secondary pollutant, and greenhouse effect. Okay. So there are different types of pollution we are confronting in every day. So there is air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution, and thermal pollution. So if you look here, the pollution is a suffix to a word. So pollution is used as a suffix. So any word if you use before it pollution, then it will be a meaningful phrase indicating a particular type of pollution, like population pollution, energy pollution, radiation pollution, any other. Okay. So now we will define air pollution. What is air pollution? So it is defined as imbalance in the quantity of air due to introduction of foreign materials from natural or anthropogenic sources so as to cause adverse effect to biological communities in general and man in particular. Okay. So any foreign material introduced to the air by natural means or by anthropogenic activity, which causes adverse effect to biological communities in general and man in particular, is called a pollutant, and the phenomenon is called air pollution because the foreign material is introduced to the air. Okay. So why the air pollution occurs? As the definition says, introduction of foreign materials to the atmosphere. So how these foreign materials make their entry to the air? So there are causes. So rapid industrialization is one of the causes. Unplanned urbanization, over exploitation of natural resources, excess burning of fossil fuel, massive deforestation, population explosion. All these processes release a lot of extraneous matter and energy to the environment, causing pollution. Okay. So the extraneous matter is the foreign matter, extra matter entered to the air by these activities, and all these activities are anthropogenic, caused by the man. So also there are some natural processes. So whatever substance, foreign matter enter to the atmosphere is called a pollutant. So the pollutants cause pollution because of their presence in the air and biosphere. So the pollutants are of two types, that is the primary and secondary. Okay. So primary pollutant is that which directly released to the atmosphere, and after its release it causes pollution. But the secondary pollutant is that which is formed by the reaction of the pollutants among themselves, or reaction of a particular pollutant with the natural elements. That is a secondary pollutant. So there are 5 types of primary pollutants, that is the oxides of nitrogen. So nitrogen forms a series of oxides, that is NO, NO2, N2O3, N2O, N2O5, a series of oxides formed by nitrogen. So these are collectively called as NOx, and these are the primary pollutants. Then oxide of sulfur is also a primary pollutant. So there are 2 oxides of sulfur. This is sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. So sulfur dioxide enters into the atmosphere when the sulfur burns, and the sulfur trioxide is a secondary pollutant. And sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide collectively called as SOx. Like all the nitrogen oxides are collectively called as NOx. So oxides of carbon are the primary pollutants. So there are 2 oxides, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. Here the carbon monoxide is a primary pollutant, but carbon dioxide is a primary pollutant and also a secondary pollutant, because when carbon monoxide released to the atmosphere, it reacts with the atmospheric oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Okay, and this carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide collectively called COX. Okay, so here it is a NOx, SOx, and COX. There are hydrocarbons, volatile hydrocarbons, which enter into the atmosphere by various activities. Are the primary pollutants, and there are particulate matter like dust and different particles. So this is a primary pollutant. Okay. So basically, as the title, carbon dioxide is threat to biosphere, we are concerning about the carbon dioxide only in this video. So here is the approximate budget for carbon dioxide, considering few aspects. So budget, you mean accumulation, sources of accumulation and total accumulation, then different process of removal and total removal. So total accumulation minus total removal, that is the net accumulation in the atmosphere. So ocean is a big source of carbon dioxide, where 10,000 crore tons of carbon dioxide accumulate per annum, and the same amount is also removed by the ocean. So no problem. Respiration and biodegradation contribute 6,000 crore tons of carbon dioxide per year. Hot springs, volcanic eruptions, 10 crores tons per year. Burning of fossil fuel, 600 crore tons of carbon dioxide per year. Enhanced agricultural activities contribute 200 crore tons of carbon dioxide per year. Weathering of rocks account for the removal of 10 crore tons of carbon dioxide, and the photosynthesis, it removes 6,000 tons of carbon dioxide. Okay, so if we inspect this table, then your 6,000 crore tons of carbon dioxide accumulated by respiration and biodegradation, and 6,000 crore tons removed by photosynthesis. So this is the closed carbon cycle. The excess of carbon accumulate in atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide is due to the burning of fossil fuel, and that is open carbon cycle. So if we see, then the net balance of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is around 800 crore tons per year. So 800 crore tons of carbon dioxide accumulate in the air each year, and that continue accumulation every year. So that is the cause of rise in concentration of carbon dioxide. So if you see the statistics, how the carbon dioxide rise in atmosphere, starting from 1850, the industrial revolution till now. Okay. So in 1850, the concentration is 270 ppm. So ppm stands for parts per million, and in 1900, it is 196 ppm. So here 50 years to rise somewhat 26 ppm, and 900 to 1972, in 72 years there is a 318 ppm, and the rise in concentration is a 22 ppm. Okay, so this difference is 22 ppm, and in 1985 it is a 345, and 1994 it is a 360, 2005 379, and 2021 it is a 419 ppm. So if we plot the graph versus the concentration and here, so this will be just like this. So there is exponential rise of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So because of the exponential rise of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, it is a pollutant. Otherwise, it is good. Okay. So the major contributors of greenhouse gases. So this is the greenhouse gas, short for GHGs. So major contributors of greenhouse gases, this table shows the United States of America 18.4%, Soviet Union, that is 13.5%, China 9.1%, Japan 4.7%, India 4.1%, Brazil 3.9%, Germany 3.4%. So if we consider the developed countries are the major contributor of greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. So we should focus on some characteristics of carbon dioxide. So it is a colorless gas having faint pungent odor, slightly acidic and partially soluble in water, giving carbonic acid. So this is regarding the physical properties of carbon dioxide. So atmospheric concentration of carbon dioxide is averaged to 356 ppm, and annual increase is at the rate of 0.4%. So lifetime of carbon dioxide in atmosphere is 50 to 200 years, and the dipole moment of the carbon dioxide is 0. Okay. So the characteristics of carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide contribute 50% to global warming. That means the carbon dioxide solely responsible for 50% of global warming and greenhouse effect. So relative heat trapping capacity of carbon dioxide is 1 per molecule, and the carbon dioxide absorbs infrared radiation at 2347 centimeter inverse due to asymmetric stretching of CO bond, and at 667 centimeter inverse due to bending of CO bond. So carbon dioxide absorbs these infrared radiations, and absorption of these infrared radiation is the cause of the greenhouse effect and global warming. So carbon dioxide accumulated in the atmosphere by two sources. One is anthropogenic sources and natural sources. So anthropogenic sources, burning of fossil fuel, industrial activities, artificial forest fire, rapid deforestation. So natural sources, that is volcanic eruption, bacterial decomposition, natural forest fire, respiration of living organisms. So these are the natural processes. Now, consequence of carbon dioxide accumulation. As we have seen, there is accumulation, net accumulation of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. What are the consequences? There is a greenhouse effect or global warming and climate change. These three phrases are synonymous. Greenhouse effect is same as global warming, and their consequence is climate change. And also the carbon dioxide accumulation causes carbon dioxide fertilization. Generally, you know, the fertilizers are solids or liquids are added to the soil for as plant nutrition. But carbon dioxide is a gaseous fertilizer, and it causes gaseous fertilization. So we have entered into the greenhouse effect. So what is the greenhouse effect and its definition? The progressive warming of the biosphere due to blanketing of anthropogenic greenhouse gases, that is the carbon dioxide, is known as greenhouse effect or global warming. So the Earth's atmosphere Earth is encapsulated by the atmosphere. So this is called the blanketing of the gas, and blanketing of anthropogenic greenhouse gases is known as greenhouse effect or global warming. Okay. So the contribution of different greenhouse gases to global warming, we have already discussed. The carbon dioxide contribute 50% towards global warming, methane 19%, CFC 17%, ozone 8%, nitrous oxide 4%, and water vapor 2%. If we consider these 6 major greenhouse gases, and the total contribution is 100%, so their share is as such. So carbon dioxide is solely responsible or mainly responsible for the global warming. So there are different greenhouse gases, and there is a global warming potential associated with each gases. To what extent a particular greenhouse gases can cause global warming? So carbon dioxide is given the base value, that is 1, its global warming potential is 1. Methane 23, CFC 12, that is 8,500, CFC 11, 5,000, ozone it's 62, nitrous oxide 298. So the nitrous oxide, that is your laughing gas. Water vapor, it is zero potential, because the water vapor causes warming effect and also volume effect in the form of rain. So the mechanism of greenhouse effect, how the greenhouse effect is occurring. So absorption of infrared radiation by greenhouse gases. So the greenhouse gases, they absorb greenhouse, that is infrared radiations. The re-emission from vibrationally excited molecule towards Earth in the form of thermal energy. So these blanketing greenhouse gases, they absorb the infrared radiation and they release the same energy due to vibration in the form of thermal energy, that is heat energy, which is the cause of the global warming. They absorb infrared radiation and release the thermal energy. So, and this picture shows how the industries are responsible for the pollution, unabated pollution. So this is your rail engine, diesel locomotive or coal engine that contribute huge carbon dioxide. And this is the vehicular activity, the vehicular movement that causes pollution. Now, we focus on the greenhouse effect and sun. So from sun, the visible radiation comes to the earth and it passes through the atmosphere, different segments, different spheres of atmosphere. So the solar radiation passes through atmosphere. About half of solar radiation is absorbed by the earth's surface. So how much radiation fall on the earth's surface? The 50% is absorbed, and the rest is after absorption, the surface becomes heat, and that re-radiate. When these re-radiate, it falls in the infrared regions. Okay? So some radiations escape into the atmosphere, directly escape to the atmosphere, and some infrared radiations, that is absorbed by the greenhouse gases. And those radiations absorbed by the greenhouse gases are of long wavelength. Why these gases absorb infrared radiation? Because it is a long wave radiation. Visible radiation is a short wave radiation. So any heat radiated, that is the infrared radiation, and that is immediately absorbed by different greenhouse gases present in the atmosphere, and subsequently the gases release that absorbed energy, absorbed infrared radiation in the form of thermal energy, and that causes the greenhouse effect or global warming. So global warming or greenhouse effect is just the warming of effect of the Earth's atmosphere, that is Earth's troposphere. Okay. So in order to stick to the length of the video, I will prepare a second video in which I will discuss only the consequence of the greenhouse effect. So now let us conclude. Thank you.